Brent, Christian, I know we see a lot of auto accidents, but what's the first thing that you look at when you're evaluating a case?
Well, the first thing I look at is who's at fault. And that's important to figure out whether you want to take the case or not. But in South Carolina, if somebody has a percentage of fault, I can still take the case. If you get into a wreck and you're 20% at fault, you're still entitled to 80% of your damages. So if you have $1,000 of damages, I can still get you $800. The $200 will be taken off of your case because of your 20% negligence. So the first thing I look at is who's at fault. In North Carolina, it's a little different.
It's completely different. There's only about 2 states in the country that still view car accidents the same way. There's a law called contributory negligence, which means if you contribute to the accident just 1%, you're completely barred from any type of recovery.
Yikes. Okay, so obviously something to look into. Now, when we are looking at these cases and those differences, what if the wreck is more than 2 cars and you have a multi-car pileup?
Well, if there's a multi-car pileup, that can be good for you because it adds different policies to the pot of money that can help make you whole. So if you have a serious injury that needs more than minimum limits and you have 2 or 3 cars, all of those cars at fault can be put together to help make you whole. Now, it will slow down the process because those other cars aren't going to say it's me. Everyone's going to be pointing fingers in every single direction. So it slows down the process, and it's one that may lead you to litigation for a jury to determine who's at fault. But that's kind of how multiple cars work.
Yeah, now, I mean, in reality, when we're walking away from a wreck, a lot of times there's injuries involved. So how involved do you get when it comes to people's medical treatment?
But when people don't have health insurance, we are significantly more involved because they don't have any means to get the treatment that they need. And unfortunately, an insurance company for a motor vehicle carrier, when they look at treatment, if you do not get the medical treatment, no matter what type of injuries you have, they assume that you're fine. And so that gap in treatment can cause a problem. So we'll oftentimes assist clients in finding doctors and chiropractors and physical therapists that'll treat under a lien so that they're able to get the treatment they need.
Yeah, I think that's so important because obviously we've all seen how people can drive on these roads. Hopefully we don't need that because we're safe, but I think we know the realities of the road.
Thank you.
This segment of QC Life was sponsored by Stewart Law Offices.